Hello. We are now live.
And we're back.
Episode numero 2. I feel like we're already on like episode 15.
Feels like it, don't
Yeah.
it?
So welcome everybody, all the gamers and geeks out there. This is episode number 2 of Game Timers Live. This is a show by two middle-aged gamers. I am your co-host. My name is Raz, and with me is my partner, Max. How you doing tonight?
Hey, how you going? I'm doing good. Got episode 2 underway, so it's bound to go up from here.
Yeah. They're going to keep on keeping on. Honestly, I thought
Right.
tonight was going to be kind of a boring night, and then we got hit with some COD news. So we actually have something to kind of talk about.
There's always something to talk about. It's just whether it's interesting or not.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you get to talking about video games. I could probably go all day about them, whether it's interesting or not.
Right. Just something.
But anyways, so what are you playing right now, Max? What are you doing?
Now I got my retro Nintendo hooked back up, so I'm kind of going through some old you wouldn't know anything about retro Nintendos, but or the Nintendo period. You said you
Ouch.
never played them really.
No,
But
I had both of them. I just didn't play the NES all that much. I did have one. I wouldn't call myself a gamer. Definitely not a hardcore gamer, but I wouldn't even probably call myself a gamer when we had one. It wasn't until the Super Nintendo that I would say, yeah, I'm probably a gamer.
Oh no, I had the original big box. Then I had like one. It was like a remake, and it was like a top loader. And then I have this retro now, which is it's got just the memory bank of games from Kirby, Mario, Tecmo Bowl, and so I'm just kind of going through that right now.
But you had the top loader NES?
I had a top loader NES. It was it was like about a fourth the size of a regular NES.
Yeah, I've seen pictures. I've never seen one in person, but I've seen.
I had one.
That's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty cool. I had both versions of the Super Nintendo, if that adds to my credibility at all.
I even had one the here's the controller right here. So here's your standard controller.
Oh,
right?
The controllers.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, I had standard controller, but then there was one that had rounded sides to it.
I thought those were grips because I remember the rounded sides, but I remember taking the grips off of it.
No, it was made with rounded sides.
They had an actual controller they made with rounded sides.
Yes, they did. An actual controller with rounded sides. Yep. And it was so smooth. It was like butter in your hand. It was so smooth in your hand. You didn't have the points.
That's until you held an Xbox controller.
Right. Until you found the Xbox was just right. It's like the porridge.
Yeah, see, I definitely remember the rounded edges, but I swear mine was like black rubber grips I slid on the ends. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I'm guessing they probably had both, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I don't think I broke the controller.
I don't know. I haven't seen the ones that were with the grips, or I've only ever seen just the standard controller, the rounded controller, and that was it really.
Interesting. I'll have to look into that. But I did have both Super Nintendos. I had the one with the big button in the center, the eject button, and then I had the one where you pulled it out. So I did have both Super Nintendos because I wore out the original one. And I had both Sega Genesis too. I had the big, like, blocky one, and then I had the sleeker one that I think they call it the Genesis 3 or something like that, because you couldn't hook the CD and all the cool attachments to it. It was just a Genesis, and that's it. But
I think that's what I had.
Yeah,
I think that's what I had.
But anyways, right now I just started playing it literally today. The first episode is going to go up tonight. Hot off the press, Battletoads. I actually am loving that game. I would go into more detail, but we're going to talk about it in tonight's episode, so I'm going to end it there. Obviously, still playing Wreckfest, still playing BioShock, and I got a couple other ideas. I know I am itching so badly to get into Halo. I want to get into it ASAP. It's been forever since I played it. I actually installed the PC versions last night just so I can play around with it, just to check out all the settings. And I'm so used to having an Xbox controller. I'm like, oh man, I might have to get used to a mouse and keyboard, but
no, I don't think so. I just rather not. That's just the mouse and keyboards. Like I said, I don't have the dexterity to do the WASD.
You're so snappy with them though.
Yeah. No, did you ever play the original Battletoads on NES? No, because you didn't have it. No.
Yes, I did. I did play the original Battletoads. I did not own it though.
Okay.
But I did go to a friend's house and play it. I've played the first mission like 20 times and that's it.
Did you beat it?
Oh heck no! It's so hard. I know a good bit about it, but I've never beaten it. Man, the second mission is the one where you're on the bikes jumping. Man, I'm the kind of person that if I try a level 20 times and I don't beat it, I'm done. I'm not. There's more games to play.
Oh, so you would have never played like Mike Tyson's Punch Out because as soon as you died to like Bald Bull or something, you're like, I'm done.
No,
just done.
I did play Super Punch Out, and I like that one because it's nowhere near as hard. And of course the Wii Punch Out game, which is actually one of the better Wii games out there. I don't know if you've ever played the Wii Punch Out game, but it's actually really freaking good.
No, I never played it.
Yeah, it's really good actually. It's
other than Wii Sports, games. Like Wii Sports was probably all I played.
It's better than the boxing and Wii Sports. It's better than that. So it's actually really good. But anyways, yeah, I never Mike Tyson's Punch Out. Even one of my favorite franchises of all time, the Ninja Turtles, their original game. No, I still own it. I still got my cartridge right over here. I've never beaten it. It's just too hard.
I got pretty far. I got close to beating it. I beat. It took a couple years. It took a long time, but I beat the Ninja Turtles arcade one, the good one.
That's number 2.
Number 2. Yeah, I beat it, but I couldn't beat the first one.
Yeah, number 2 is really freaking good. It's one of the best games of all time, in my opinion. Anyways, let's move on to our dedicated topics. Do you want to start us off, or you want me to start us off?
I'll let you go ahead. You start first. Yeah.
So I am. This is a sensitive subject for me. And what I want to bring up is EA destroying my favorite video game companies, and the reason why I want to talk about it is because they've had so many companies that they've bought up over the years that it hurts my heart, honestly, on some of these companies that they've picked up. So I'm gonna run through a few big names. There's way more than the ones I'm talking about, but this is just a couple of the big names. So the first one I'm gonna talk about is Bullfrog. I'm not sure if you're super familiar with them, but they made a lot of good Commodore 64 games. I personally never played them. I will say that, but I heard a lot of good things about it because they were known for a game called Dungeon Keeper, and EA bought them out, shut them down. The first big one of the franchises that are the companies I like is Maxis Studios. You familiar with Maxis?
I have actually heard of Maxis. Didn't they create like the Spore or?
Yep.
One, yeah.
So Spore was actually the game that basically financially broke them. I think it was a little over ambitious for them personally, but yeah, basically Maxis is the studio that created SimCity and then moved on to The Sims.
Oh right, yes, that is, yeah.
Which I don't care for The Sims. My wife loves The Sims, and I know a lot of people that do like The Sims. I just don't care for them. But I love SimCity to the point that I'm so glad City Skylines came out, which is just a good version of SimCity 4.
I remember playing SimCity. That was a good game.
Yep. The next one, Tiburon. Tiburon is still around. They are the developers of the Madden games. But let's all face the facts. Madden was amazing in the 90s, in the early 2000s, and about 2008, you started noticing a downside. And by the time 2012 came around, it has been horrible ever since because they do not care about franchise anymore. All they care about is the MUT mode or HUT mode. Well, I don't know what it's called, the Madden Ultimate Team mode, whatever it's called. That's all they care about anymore. And I was like, yeah, I'm out of here.
So I'm done. I'm done.
I'm done. The next one is Westwood Studios. This is probably one of my all-time favorite studios. I love Westwood Studios so much, and it hurts my heart that they shut them down. But the creators, of course, of the Command and Conquer series, I don't care how cheesy those games were. I know the cutscenes were cheesy. They were great. Man, they were so good.
Command and Conquer, that was like that drove my PC play for a long time.
Yep.
I had to play it from Red Alert, Tiberian Sun, even the new. I think there's some of the newer ones, but especially Red Alert and Tiberian Sun. I played so much.
Yeah, my personal favorite was Red Alert 2, actually.
Red Alert 2.
Yeah,
with Yuri.
Yeah.
With Yuri.
Yep.
Yuri's Revenge.
Yep. And yeah, because when they brought in Yuri as a faction, I was like, oh, this is different. And then with God, which one was it? I think it was Command and Conquer 3. They brought in I think they were called the Skrin, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
They were like an alien race. I was like, these are so cool. And then they brought in Japan, and I think Red Alert 3, if I'm not mistaken. Japan was a faction, but I think it was called Empire of the Rising Sun or something like that.
Yes. Did you play Generals?
Yeah, Generals. I will admit, I didn't like Generals as much, though. I still loved it. Don't get me wrong. I still played the crap out of it because it was just more realistic, you know. And I liked the cheesiness. I mean, I wanted more cheese factor.
One more. Give me more cheese.
I need more cheese.
Yeah, you almost couldn't go wrong with the RTS.
I even loved
Command and Conquer.
I even loved Renegade, the first-person shooter.
I did play a little bit of that. My computer couldn't handle it at the time, but I could. I played as much as I could of it. It was fun.
I actually did a pretty decent upgrade to my computer just so I could play Renegade. I mean, that's how into Command and Conquer I was, and it's so funny that you say that about the upgrades, because I remember having this. I think it was just a regular Dell computer or something. I don't even remember, but it was just a basic case, and I had crammed so much into it. Praying, I was like, please, power supply, do not kill, don't die.
Man.
But yeah, lots of good games there. And then EA Black Box, which was originally called Black Box Games. But then EA bought them out, and now they were called EA Black Box toward the end. They were the original Need for Speed guys.
Wait, so is EA essentially just buying up all the properties and then having the properties, and they don't even care about getting the games out? They just want the properties.
Exactly. That's why everyone was so scared when they bought out Respawn. So because I was thinking, I was like, oh my God, they're doing this just so they can own the Titanfall name. That's all they're doing, and I was so worried about it. And I'm shocked that they're letting Vince Zampella and those guys actually do what they need to do to make good games. I mean, EA Black Box. You know, my favorite Need for Speed game is Need for Speed Underground 2. They made it, and you know, I love that game. All the Need for Speed games up until the Run, which was horrible, mind you. Oh, and actually, I forgot. EA Black Box actually made the skate games too. I forgot about that. And I've never personally played them, but I know a lot of people love the skate games. Let's see, Criterion's still around, but they're just nowhere near as good as they used to be. Criterion's known for the Burnout games.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I still love Burnout, don't get me wrong, but they're just nowhere near as good as they used to be.
Well, EA was behind. Wasn't EA behind all the Battlefront, the Battlefront fiasco?
Oh yeah. Because that's actually another company that I'm not finding their name right now. It's Pandemic that they bought, because Pandemic, that's right. Pandemic actually owned the licensing or whatever for that. They bought them out because they wanted to make the new one, and then they shut down Pandemic. I mean, it's like what? And a couple other smaller, well, I say smaller, but of course we already talked about Respawn. They also bought out PopCap Games. That's very hurtful for me, because
PopCap, man,
I love Plants vs. Zombies. It was such a good game, and then
it was a good game.
They ruined it with the second one. The second one's horrible with all the stupid microtransactions, and of course PopCap's also known for Bejeweled, which I love that game too. But I mean, it's just
Just
It's so disappointing when you really think about how many studios that they've bought out just so they can own the licensing for a game or
yeah.
something, and then they just shut them down. It's disappointing.
Say, hey, it's a popular game. We're going to take it, buy up the property and the name value of it, and then if we'll shove out a piece of something out, and if to see if it makes money just off the name alone. Then when it doesn't, we trash it and we never bring it back out again.
Yep, and they just cost all those people jobs. It's sad, but it is what it is, I guess. I just every time that I hear EA buying a company out, I'm just like, well, I guess that's it. And I wanted to save the last one because I feel like the best two are for last. There's two companies in particular that used to be their own companies, and when they were their own companies by themselves, I will honestly say they were probably the best of the best in their genre. Amazing companies. And they suck, both of them now. DICE and BioWare. I loved both of those companies. Every game that both of those companies put out, I can honestly sit here and say, as much Call of Duty and Halo that I've played over the years, Battlefield Bad Company 2 is probably the greatest and best first-person shooter I've ever played. Amazing story, amazing multiplayer, and then they added on that Vietnam DLC. I was like, oh my God, can this game get any better? It was so good from top to bottom. And then, of course, just plain old Battlefield 2 was great. 1942, 1943, or 1943, 45, something like that. They had two or three of them that were from the 1940s. All of them are so good. And then, of course, BioWare with them, it's 43 and 1942 and 1943. So I had to get that right real quick.
Yeah.
And then, of course, BioWare with KOTOR, and then they moved across
KOTOR,
and started Knights of the Old Republic. For those that don't know, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. And then, of course, they moved across and did Jade Empire, which was great. I think they need to bring back Jade Empire because it was so good. And then, of course, they made Mass Effect and Dragon Age, which Mass Effect 1, Dragon Age 1, great RPGs. And then Dragon Age 2 is just a hack and slash, and Mass Effect 2, which in my opinion, BioWare still their greatest game to this day, but it was not as RPG as RPGE. Is that a thing? RPGE?
Sure. Yeah, sure.
It's not as RPGE as the first one. And we all know how amazing Mass Effect Andromeda and Anthem is. So I don't think we need to go on those hype trains.
I mean, all those, there's a lot of good games mentioned in there. There's a lot of good companies that, we just like, oh yeah. It's just, and we just don't realize the effect that EA has been having on a lot of our games that we just loved and adored.
Yep. Yeah, it just really sucks because it's not so much that they're buying out companies, which that does suck. I don't want them to do that, but it's the fact that I feel like they're buying my favorite companies that make my favorite games, and then they're just shutting them down.
Yeah, that sounds. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It's just like, no, there goes another one, and another one, and another one.
Yep, unfortunately. But anyways, I just wanted to do I would say quick rant, but that was a good 10 minutes or so already. But yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. Good old EA. They're going to be number one on my crap list for the longest time. They're going to have to prove to me that they can sit back and actually let game studios make games and let them just give money so they can make money. Perfect example is CD Projekt Red. They've made one game in 10 years? And that's The Witcher 3. And they've made so much money off of it because they actually honor the game. They gave it time. They made sure it was perfect before they published it. And they're doing the same thing with Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk is going to, and you could say the same thing about Rockstar in the GTA and Red Dead games. They only make one game every so often, but it's one of the greatest games ever. EA is not like that. They have to crank out games every single year, and
it's just a money thing. There's not they don't have a passion for it. It's just their passion is the dollar. Yeah, it's corporate. It's a dollar.
Yep.
So instead of having just this, get every single thing right, or get every mode right, or every sequence right. No, we got to make sure we're popping this out
Milk
with
that
cookie
cow
cutter.
for as much as we can
Yeah.
get. Yep. It just
Oh
sucks.
Lord.
It just sucks. So I will say though, I will give them a benefit of the doubt on a few things for a few reasons. One, because Titanfall 2 was actually pretty good. That's number one. And they actually let Respawn do what they needed to do. And then the new, I forgot the name of it, the new Star Wars game, Jedi Fallen Order,
Well,
was actually pretty good.
As good as Titanfall 2 was, like it would have been so much better, but they tried to squeeze it in between like a Call of Duty release and then like another big release.
It was Battlefield 4 or 5. I'm not sure which one came out.
So they didn't care because it was such a money thing. They didn't care when it came out. They just release it here.
Cody wants to know if we can get another Rockstar table tennis game. I actually really like that game because I think there for a while it was
Rockstar table tennis.
It was a launch game, wasn't it? Or really, really early, anyways. I remember that and Perfect Dart were like the only new games to play for the longest time. And I think Cameo was another one too, but.
Yeah, Perfect. I remember the Perfect Dart games. Yeah, those are super good. I do actually. Now that I think of it, I do remember that table tennis game.
Oh, it was great. The graphics.
I actually do
phenomenal
remember now.
Yeah, I was actually surprised at how good the graphics were.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
All right, let's move on. Because we'll find something else to rant about EA. So my topic was the rise of battle royale games, and Fortnite Fortnite was not the first to do it. PUBG. I think actually Minecraft might have been the first to do it.
Battle royale,
but they had their version of it maybe that wasn't.
I know that they have it's called Ultimate Hardcore kind of thing. I don't know if I would call it a battle royale though because
it wasn't.
I guess you could say it kind of planted the seed though. Actually, now that you say it, I mean, yeah, I guess I see where you're coming from. Actually,
yeah, but I think it was with PUBG coming out, and then Fortnite coming out doing their thing, but it was PUBG was fine. It got kind of big for a little bit, but it was only really a PC game. But it was popular. Then Fortnite. See, a lot of people don't realize that Fortnite was the multiplayer was a mistake. It was like not a mistake, but it was an afterthought. The game right? Fortnite, huh?
Is that right?
Yeah, the main game was like this survival multiplayer crafting game, and they made the multiplayer part of it just as a throw on, just as an add on, not realizing it was like I guess because they were going to kind of say, hey, we'll make something similar to PUBG, or they just kind of threw it on there, and it became so huge they pretty much outshined everything in existence, making billions of dollars. But it outshined their campaign or their main game. Then you saw others. PUBG was you had big. Then you had you had Fortnite. You had Realm Royale, which was made by the people who made Smite. I can't remember their name, the creators now. I'm on the spot. But there was a Realm Royale. You have Call of Duty.
Hold on a second. You forgot the name of the creators of Smite.
I know it. It's
isn't it like something res something?
High res.
Yeah,
there you go.
There you go.
High res. So you had High Res. They made Realm Royale, and I know there's some like indie ones, but you had Call of Duty made their little battle royale before Warzone. It was like battle for.
Cody's putting in. I've heard this game before. H1 is it H1Z1 or H1?
H1Z1.
Okay.
Yes, that was another kind of. Okay, it didn't have the same.
I'm not in the battle royale game, man. So.
It was open world survival, and there was multiple players around, but like they didn't have. It wasn't like a match basis. It was just you load into a server, and the server you have to survive the zombies, and other players. I think that's what it was. But yeah, so you had that. Then now the Call of Duty. It just seems like everybody said, "Hey, let's make a bunch of money like Fortnite did, and make these battle royales." Because for a decade or longer, over a decade, it was your standard Call of Duty, Halo, team versus team. On these linear, these type maps, there wasn't just like, here's a massive map, have at it,
Yeah, I got you.
And if you can make Call of Duty, say, we should change our game up a little bit. You've succeeded somewhere. But now it's to the point where there's Apex Legends is the battle royale.
Oh, is it?
And yeah,
I thought that was like more similar to what Call of Duty used to be, or the old school.
No, Titanfall 1 and 2 was.
Oh my gosh!
But Apex is better.
I'm failing on the first person shooter game apparently.
No, Apex Legends is battle royale. You come in on like a little drop plane. You drop in to wherever part of the map you want to go to, get your weapons, and the circle comes in and squeezes everybody in. So,
oh, okay. Now I have played a good bit of PUBG. I have played that a good bit when it was, I guess, in Xbox beta or something. I don't remember. It was buggy as all get out, but
it was very buggy.
Yeah,
the new
played it a good bit though.
The new Warzone for Call of Duty is what PUBG aspired to be, essentially.
Gotcha. It's just a polished version.
A polished AAA version of PUBG is Warzone, essentially.
Everybody likes it so much. I got Michael in the chat saying that he hates Battle Royale games and we need to get Medal of Honor back. There's only one problem with that.
Medal of Honor, yeah.
There's one problem with that. EA owns it. We were just talking about that. EA buying up everything. Yeah, I mean, we're never going to get a good one, and they're definitely not going to put it out right now, because why would they put out Medal of Honor where it competes with not only Apex Legends, but it also competes with Titanfall and Battlefield? I mean, they just got too many first-person shooters. There's no way we're going to see Medal of Honor back anytime soon, sadly.
There's never a reason to not have a first-person shooter, and the more the merrier, but it's just there's no variety anymore. It's either Battle Royale or Call of Duty. There's no other competition for it, so everything's just rinse and repeat.
Yeah. I will say though, I didn't play a whole lot of first-person shooters except for Halo back in the day. The only one that I really liked though was the Call of Duty, the Modern Warfare games, the original 3 mainly, and just, I mean, the shock value is just, how do you repeat that shock value again? Because I still remember the No Russian mission, like I played it like it was yesterday, and that's the one where you're walking through the airport and you're just mowing down civilians, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they did this. But I mean, how do you bring back a shock value like that? I don't think it can. I don't know.
Oh, you're talking about the
so Modern Warfare 1,
that was number 2.
Yeah.
You're talking about the missions. No one plays the missions. It's all multiplayer.
I played the missions. Thank you very much.
I mean, I played the missions as a courtesy to hurry up and get to the multiplayer.
I will say, was it Modern Warfare 2 and I think the first Black Ops were the only 2 that I actually prestiged. And I think the first Black Ops, I think I prestiged several times. But I never was big into Call of Duty. I played a good bit. I got to the top rank, and then typically I was done unless I really liked it, like Modern Warfare 2 and Black Ops 1.
I got to Ghost. I played from all of them.
Never played Ghost.
From Modern Warfare, World at War, Black Ops, I think it was it. No, it was Modern Warfare, World at War, Black Ops. I played up through like all those through Modern Warfare 3. I stopped at Ghost, and then I just never won. I was like, yeah, I'm done. I think I'm done with Call of Duty.
Yeah, I never got to Ghost. I honestly, I'm gonna be dead honest with you, and I'm probably gonna get screamed at by somebody. I had no clue that they even had a freaking Call of Duty Black Ops 4. No, I had no clue. scrolling through it, and I just thought it was Black Ops 3. Well, first and foremost, we're going to give a shout out to my buddy Michael Wallace. Just gave us a follow. I appreciate it, Michael. I'm being told I'm very low volume. Why did you not tell me that?
I hear you just fine.
We'll see if that's much better. If that's too loud, I can turn it down. If it's too high, I can turn it up. But I'm going to keep talking until I hear otherwise. But yeah, I done forgot my train of thought. Yeah, Black Ops 4. I had no clue it even existed. I was like, oh, okay.
I think, but I'll say this one more thing about that and about what we're talking about, and we'll move on to our topics, our news. Like to me, Titanfall was the best game because that's about the time I quit Call of Duty was when I went into Titanfall, and the introduction with Titan. So you had the gunplay, the first person gunplay.
Oh, it was great.
Titan gunplay. That was what was refreshing about the shooter, because you had the two massive elements. You had the mech fighting, you had the on the ground for the soldier fighting, the pilot fighting, and that was really, really fun. And like I said, I wish that was still like being pushed, but now we're in this battle royale meta, and it's getting long in the tooth.
Yeah, Titanfall also had that the pistol that had the lock on feature, right? But it took a while to lock on.
Oh, that auto pistol was stupid.
Oh, I mean, I didn't use it at all. What are you talking about?
No, I mean, not stupid. I say stupid. I say stupid as in I hated it because it had that lock on feature, and it took like a second and a half for it to lock on. But you could have people wall running, bouncing around, jumping, and just waiting for that thing to lock on. And if you're a good shot, you got them. But if you weren't, then they got you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I remember about it. I just like I like to pretend I was like a transformer most of the time. That's my favorite part, was being in the Titans. But anyways, since we're talking about all these first person shooters, our first news topic, we're just gonna run right into it. Call of Duty. They made an announcement today. Pretty big one. Call of Duty Cold War. Or excuse me, Black Ops Cold War. My fault.
So it's basically going to be a game with zero fighting.
I don't know. We'll see.
There's just a whole bunch of espionage.
I mean, I'm not against that. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know who it is, but I'm curious to know what team is doing this. Is it Treyarch?
Treyarch usually handles Black Ops.
Because they're on like a 3-team rotation now, right? Isn't there like a third team that does it?
I don't know the third team. If I was still big on Call of Duty, I might would know. I don't know it. I just know.
Yeah, it's Treyarch. Yeah, it's Treyarch. I want to say there's a third team called Raven Software, I believe. Hold on, I gotta look it up real quick. It's gonna drive me crazy. I gotta look it up. Sledgehammer. There it is. So yeah. There's a third Sledgehammer Games. So there's Infinity Ward, Treyarch, and then Sledgehammer. I'm old school. I know Infinity Ward and Treyarch like the back of my hand. I don't think I've ever played a Sledgehammer game. What did they did? They did Modern Warfare 3. They did Advanced Warfare, World War 2, and Modern Warfare. So I take that back.
Sledgehammer, it was a division that handled the multiplayer. They didn't do the whole game, I don't think.
No, they did. They started on a 3-team rotation at like 2011, 2012, something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's why a lot of people, get on to like Madden coming out every year. But the reason why they're able to do that is because they have 3 years in between each game, technically, but there's just 3 different teams pumping them out.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah. And that's why the Call of Duty games are, I mean, I don't know. I mean, they're still quality games. I will admit that. And I'm glad that they haven't crammed them filled with like monetization. I know they have microtransactions, but it's all skins. I'm perfectly fine with skin. Yeah, I'm fine with the actual skins and stuff like that. Like, what's that other game? Overwatch. Overwatch does it too. I'm fine with that. But I don't like someone paying money to get better, a la Battlefront. But real quick, I wanted to pull it up real quick because I don't know them off the top of the back of my hand. Treyarch has done Call of Duty 2 Big Red 1, which was the PS2 Xbox Call of Duty 2. And then they did Call of Duty 3. Then they did World at War. Then they did Black Ops 1, 2, 3, 4. And now they're doing Cold War. So they've done nothing but Black Ops essentially since 2010. Blah.
Yeah.
Now I am apparently advertising for Extreme. We're going to go ahead and swap that. But yeah,
I can't even get them.
Yeah. We were just complaining about that earlier. Let's see. We got Cody in the chat saying that Black Ops will continue Warzone. Oh, no doubt. They for sure will continue Warzone. No question.
As long as it makes
that.
money.
Yep.
As long as it's profitable.
And then there will be Easter eggs for the new Blops in Warzone. What do you mean by Easter eggs? I'm guessing like Cold War stuff. That would be kind of cool. I'm not sure what he means by that, but I mean, I don't know. I think with us starting this, I might give it a shot. I might try it. But I don't know. I like Cold War and I like the whole idea behind the espionage stuff, but I could take it or leave it.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Call of Duty in general, I could take it or leave it. Like I said, I'm really thinking about getting into Warzone some, but just the old school Call of Duty, I don't know if I can bring myself back to playing that again.
I think where I got turned off on it was when you started, like, you could just run around with SMGs, and it just brought down the realism so much. I remember taking my time looking around corners, and I still do that with when last time I played Battlefield. I have to emphasize the field because I always say field for front and front for field. But yeah, there's no tactics to it anymore, and it sucks because
it's just quick reflexes, really. That's what it feels like. Whoever's got the better reflex, you're usually win.
Yep. Sadly, that's about what it is. But yeah,
all right.
I just had to bring it up real quick. They just put out a little teaser video, and not much in the video. There's zero gameplay. Is legit a teaser video, like they said.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. Didn't show you gameplay. It's just the Cold War era, like, stuff on, So.
All right, so let's move on. You want to take over the next one? Actually, no, I'll get the next one because you're going to get topic 3 because I don't know nothing about topic 3.
Okay, yeah.
So our second topic is just talking about Fall Guys. It's pretty funny. The other day I was at a couple days ago I was at work, and a friend of mine at work was like, "Hey man, let me have you heard about this new game?" And I literally turned to him and I said, "Dude, if you tell me about Fall Guys," and he just turned around and was like, "Okay, I'm not gonna say nothing." I mean, it's crazy how popular it's gotten. It's Dr. Disrespect streaming it. PewDiePie actually came back to stream it. I mean, just all kinds of folks are actually.
I mean, everybody's jumping on that bandwagon. That I know Tim the Tap Man does it, and some of the other popular guys. And it's the video I've seen of it, the gameplay I've seen. It's just the silliest. Like, it looks like, what's that show? There's a show on TV where you got the contestants going around this little obstacle course, and it just knocks them all
American
silly.
Ninja Warrior.
No, not the one. It's like not American Ninja Warrior, but the other one that's people just going to get knocked off into the water. Like, it's got these rotating, spinning, everything.
I don't know what that one is.
Like dummies. It's I can't remember the name of it, but that's just what it is. It's just you running around this course and just getting murdered by rolling fruit in there. I don't know. It's just like right there. There he is, rolling fruit.
Yeah. It looks so adorable, though. Come on.
Oh yeah, it looks adorable, but it's just I don't.
To me, it looks phenomenal. I think it's one of those the gameplay ideas of it is simple for everyone to play. Everyone knows how to play it, but it is so hard to master. And I think that's the key thing with it. And most games like that succeed normally because of that mentality.
Right. And it looks like it's kid friendly. It just looks like it likes it just bright colors. It's made to be paid attention to, essentially.
Yep. But it looks
just
fun.
Look at me.
It looks fun. PlayStation 4 and Steam. If I play it, I will probably be playing it on Steam. No offense.
Hey, do what you gotta do. But yeah, I can't say much. I've just watched a little bit here and there, and it looks just the goofiest thing you can put on a screen. But it looks, like I said, it looks really fun at the same time. But hey,
It is what it is. All right, so I guess we're gonna move into the next subject. I know we're flying through these. There's not a whole lot in the news. I mean, obviously we could talk about anything, but we want to try to keep folks relevant. But I'm gonna let you take this one over.
Okay, so this is we'll just go real quick with this one. There was a massive, well, looks like a pretty massive lawsuit between Fortnite and or Epic with Epic Games with Fortnite and Apple and um, I know it was with Apple Studios and the other in the Google Play. And I'm gonna read this here just so I don't
didn't know Google was a part of it.
misspeak. So essentially, Epic circumvented the Apple storefront, or they circumvented like shopping through Apple or the Google Play. So when it comes to like buying like the V-Bucks in the game,
Mm-hmm.
so it says Epic. Let's see. Epic Games updated Fortnite with a new option for payment processing, providing a discounted price for players who choose to process payments through Epic Games, not Apple or Google. So you can process it through Epic. Well, now why this is a big deal is Epic circumvented. This is Epic circumvented the Apple storefront's 30% cut on purchases by giving players and by giving players a 20% discount on V-Bucks. Make you follow me so far?
And they're the ones in the wrong.
So there's basically Apple and Google are losing out on money.
Oh, Apple and Google are.
Yes. So they're circumventing.
You know, they only made $5 billion this year. Who's to say, another couple million,
Right. But it seemed, but essentially, because they did this thing where you don't have to go through Google Play, you don't have to go through Apple, you can just buy it directly from their, I guess, the EA store.
Oh, okay.
Or EA store, the Epic store, I'm sorry.
I got what you're saying now. Okay.
So you can buy through them, or
cutting out the middleman.
Or if you buy through Apple or Google, you get a discount on the in-game currency. So I guess you get more. It's kind of fuzzy on because I haven't played in a while, so I haven't seen this firsthand. But Apple and Google removed Fortnite from their, I guess, their platform.
Yeah, I see that they did a 20% discount. No. Okay, so here's the thing: they did a 20% discount if you purchase directly from the Epic Game Store. So you got the discount if you bought them from Epic.
Right. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So you get that it incentivized everybody to go through
the Epic Game Store. Yeah.
And just leave Google and Apple Store alone.
Why was Windows not a part of this? You would think Windows would be in it and somehow because of Windows 10?
I don't know.
Huh.
I don't know. I just know it's a Google Play Store and Apple. That's the main people who are.
Wait, this is for the mobile version. Is that right, or something like that? Yeah, it is. It's for iOS and Mac OS. Okay, sorry. I'm trying to catch up with you. I'm catching up.
So, well, anyway, so because of this, they removed the game itself from the Play Store, the Play Stores.
Okay.
So, and then apparently they said that Epic was ready for it because as soon as they were removed, there's this little in-game video of like one of the Fortnite characters coming in and throwing their pickaxe at a screen or something, and it's like on the screen was this Apple or this mobile or whoever the main players thing, it was like a propaganda video of them. They're throwing this thing at the window and it busts, so they knew they were about to get hit by it.
If I can find that video real quick.
See if you can see it, but it was when they put this out. I mean, it was like right after they got removed from the stores. They got removed from the Play Stores. But
it looks like I'm seeing just a bunch of random. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work.
So anyway, so now they're in the lawsuit over, I guess, each party kind of going back and forth with each other. But you got two of the biggest companies in media going against one of the biggest company in gaming,
And
Just,
you know what? The only thing that worries me about that though is, trust me, I think that gaming is gigantic, and I mean, there's no doubt about that. But I don't think we're on the level of Apple and Google. I mean, so
no, you're not. We're not. But it's Epic's way. Epic's wanting to fight for a truly open, for what they say, a truly open platform. Truly open. So everything being, everybody's got their hands in the pot.
So here's my question about that. So question number one: did Epic in the Epic Game Store, did they know that they were supposed to be taking some sort of cut of some sort before they started? Don't know if you know the answer or not, but if they knew that beforehand, then they're probably in the wrong. Because at the end of the day, whether we agree with it or not, it is Google and Apple's platform. So I mean, they're allowed to do what they want on their platform, unfortunately. Now, if they didn't know it and it's something that they've been doing for a while, because I mean, Fortnite's been around for a while, so it's kind of weird that we're just now hearing about this. But if they did it and then all of a sudden Apple and Google both are like, oh no, we want some more of this money, that's messed up. So I'm not sure which one is true and which one's not, but I mean, that's my whole take on it.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure all the details. I just know when I was reading through, I was just like, man, that's a big lawsuit between real high profile players there.
Big time. Yeah, it says right here, Epic filed a separate lawsuits against Apple and Google for antitrust and competitive behavior. Yeah. Ooh. Let's just say I am glad I'm not in that pie.
Right. That's a lot of high dollar words. When you get antitrust and all that stuff, I'm like, well, that's higher than my pay. So
yeah, exactly. That's a little beyond me. You lost me already. All right. And then the last two things I'm gonna take real super quick. I'm just gonna fly through these. So Deathloop was announced that it's being click the wrong button here. Deathloop got announced that it's being pushed, and I don't know much about Deathloop besides the little bit that we do know. It looks like it's a first-person shooter, but it's like 1v1 it looks like, and one person is like sneaking around. The other person looks like they're like a more like they own the place kind of thing. So one person has to sneak in, kind of think Mercs versus Spies from the old Splinter Cell games, kind of, except it's more one-on-one and there's AI it looks like involved. I'm not sure. That's just kind of how the feel that I got from it. Yeah. It looks awesome. I want to try it. I mean, it looks fun. It's just and apparently the idea behind it is every time that you die, you can loop backwards, and that's why they call it death loop, because you die, go back in time, and you can kind of replay it. So I don't exactly know how they showed gameplay, but they haven't really told us how stuff works in the game so far. But it got delayed, and I just wanted to mention that because I'm sick and tired of these video game companies putting out dates and then turn around and delaying them. Right. I wish they would do what. Say what you want about Bethesda. They are really good at this. They are really good at saying, "Oh, by the way, the game's coming out next month," and it actually comes out. I think the big one that we saw was with Fallout 4 at E3, whatever year that came out. Yes. No clue. We had no knowledge of Fallout 4 at all. And then they were like, "Oh, by the way, it's coming out in 4 months." And we were all like, "Wait, what?" So, and Nintendo is amazing at it. I mean, heck, they just announced Pikmin 3 Deluxe, and it's coming out this year, and they just announced it. And they did the same thing with the not so fun Paper Mario, but they announced it, and like a month or two later, it came out. And I wish more game studios would do that. I understand the hype point. Like I feel like some games, like for instance, Cyberpunk deserves a little bit of a pass. It's just too epic of a game. So showing little bite-sized pieces, but they need to stop telling us dates. I don't want to know a date. Don't tell me a date.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. It's like you said, we're just getting that more and more now. It's like hey, like Halo.
Yeah,
we were ready for you.
I forgot all about that one.
Back. Cyberpunk's pushed back. Deathloop. It's like there's nothing. It's like we weren't just super ready for Deathloop, but it was just another straw. They kind of broke the camel's back. It's like, come on, just stop stop giving us dates, stop pushing games back. You know, if you're not ready, just don't get our hopes up, and then
don't talk about it.
Yeah,
like,
just.
I want to see if I can find upcoming games this year, because I mean, what's coming out besides Cyberpunk? I mean, do you know of anything?
Do we know do we know Cyberpunk is even going to come out?
I think it's too. I think it's too close for them to change it now.
Well,
I would hope, but
I mean, the way at this rate, Xbox is going to release a console with no games.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like. So we got the new PGA Tour game coming out. It looks cool. I actually want to play it. It just graphically it doesn't look great. Trying to find what else here.
Oh, okay.
Trying to go through. There we go. Yeah, we got that. Of course, Madden. No one cares about that. Wasteland 3. I'm actually interested in Wasteland. I can't wait to play that game. Marvel's Avengers. I'm a little nervous about that game now. I have heard a lot of bad things from the industry, from the beta. So yeah. I'm a little nervous now. I'm not going to lie. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. I can't wait for that one. Ooh, this is a big one. This is a re-release, but I don't care. I want to play it. I don't know if you've ever played it. Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning. Have you ever played Kingdoms of Amalur?
No, I don't think I've ever heard of it.
Oh, you need to play it. So this is a re-release of a game that came out a couple years ago. This is actually, is it Kurt Schilling's? Is Kurt Schilling's video game company, I believe it was, if I'm not mistaken. But Kingdoms of Amalur, fantastic RPG. It was so good. But this is a re-release HD version or whatever of it. So yeah, you need to pick that one up and try it. It was pretty good. They have a new Mafia game coming out. Oh, I did pre-order. I will admit, I did pre-order Star Wars Squadrons because it's Star Wars, and I'm a little Star Wars punk. I don't care. I'm gonna buy it. Crash Bandicoot 4. Yeah, I mean, I'll try it. Dirt 5 is one. Dirt 5 is a game I can't wait for. Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Kind of on the fence on that one. I'm interested. Watchdog Legion. Don't really care about that one. So of course, Cyberpunk. We've already talked about that one. And the rest just don't have a date. It just says, yeah.
Well, that's not a lot. That's not a lot to go on there. I mean, it's some re-releases, some couple. That's not much. That's not much. Half them
games I'm not going to play.
No.
So, a little disappointing. Anyways, we're gonna move on to the very last thing in the news section. I just played it. We're gonna have it out and ready to be watched here in a little bit. But the new Battletoads game came out. I love the game. It is I've played the first level. That's all I've done thus far, but I am loving it. I know we were talking a little bit about Battletoads earlier, but man, honestly, as soon as we're done here, I'm playing some more.
I love the original Battletoads, and I watched some video of it, and it looks like it's pretty cool. I mean, I'm definitely gonna give it a shot. How much is it? Do you know? Is
it's free.
Game store.
Guess what? You're an Xbox owner, so you have Game Pass, correct?
I do.
So you're playing it tonight for free.
Well, that's
your only issue that you're going to run into is a 10 gig download.
Oh, my download's fine. It's just apparently upload is the issue. So Mediacom. What can you do?
Yeah. So I played a little bit of it, and I probably got the names wrong. So the one that's on screen right here, I think his name is Zitz, if I'm remembering correctly. That big dude right there, I believe his name is Rash, and the other one is Pimple. Rash is very big and slow, but he can clear house. He can wreck face. And then of course right here we got, this is I believe no, I think that's Pimples. I don't remember. Anyways, he's like the kind of the medium speed guy. He's right in the middle. He's very balanced. So he's right down Main Street, I guess you could say. And then the last one is Zitz, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if it's going to show him or not, but I actually like him the most, the last one, because this guy, look how fast he is. I love him. Wow. You can combo up, get him up in the air, jackhammer. I mean, it's just crazy. It's just, the animations are gorgeous. I mean, it's just so fun.
I mean, it looks like it's pretty fun. It looks like it can be like. So, are you just like the person just going back and forth between characters? You can just switch in and out of
Yep.
whoever you wants to play.
Yep. So if you're playing single player, you can push the directions on the D-pad and you can change them up. And in fact, if you die as one, you have to switch to one of the other two and let the one that died recover.
Oh,
So,
okay. Okay.
Yeah. And then there's flies, like you can see flies on the side of the screen right there. You have to eat those, and it recovers health.
Of course it does.
Yeah. But it's so, dude, it is so funny. The first mission is so fun. You're having a great time. And then I'm not going to spoil the game for you. I want you to play it. But at the end of the first mission, something happens that is like almost Deadpool-esque, where it's breaking the fourth wall, and they're like, whoa. What they're doing. That's all I'm going to say. It's just so great. It's so funny. I loved it.
Okay.
But yeah, good game. It's a good game. I cannot wait to finish the game. And God, what was his name? Pork Shank. That's his name. This is the first boss. Pork Shank. But yeah, it's a good game. I'm definitely gonna be playing it all.
All right. Yeah. If I get for free, that's my kind of price range there. So I'm gonna definitely be picking that up.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to argue with that, huh?
Yeah. You can't beat free.
Absolutely not. All right, that's going to end it for our news and our topics. I guess we're gonna let you roll into our top 3 of the day.
All right, we're taking a look at our top 3 favorite consoles. It can be anything that is a console. PC is not part of this because it is not a console; it's a PC.
That is correct.
Right.
So
it can be anything from Atari to the new PlayStation or Xbox. So,
what about handhelds? Are we going to disavow those?
No, handhelds. No, mobile. I would put handheld in its own category, even though there's not a ton of them. But no, this is straight. It's a straight console.
The Switch belong in both.
The Switch belongs in both because it can. If you can plug it up to the back of a TV,
the console
is a console. And I know you can get like those cam links or whatever. You can get like certain attachments to plug your phone up to the TV. That doesn't count. Just please, just console. You know what a console is. Don't.
I mean, you're only talking. You're not. Are you trying to convince me?
I'm convincing anybody who's watching or will see this. It's just a console. Because
all right,
people are debating. All right, yeah.
So I haven't given this much thought actually, and I didn't want to think about it much on purpose because I just wanted to say the first 3 that popped in my head. What am I going to say? You know, and I will say my number 3 is probably going to surprise you a little bit. I'm going to say the Nintendo GameCube. I love the GameCube. It was the last great Nintendo console in my opinion. I think the Switch may recover that. I need a couple more games just to get it back to that great status. It's definitely good right now. A couple more games will make it great, but I'm going to say the GameCube. I remember playing that for the first time. The graphics, playing Luigi's Mansion, Mario Sunshine, Smash Brothers, F-Zero. I mean, so many great games on that console. Of course, all the amazing Metroid games. The Metroid games were so good, made Metroid relevant again. And then, of course, we cannot forget about 2 of my favorite games of all time, Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. So good. Okay. So that's my number 3.
All right. My number 3, I am going just simply the NES way back, the original
OG,
not the OG Nintendo. Just it was so simple. It was just so simple from all your Marios, Kirby's, your Tecmo Bowl, I think Excite Bike, Paperboy.
Excite Bike was good. I forgot about that game.
They're just so simple but so tough. I mean, Mike Tyson's Punch Out. You're not people who did, or kids who, and some adults who did not grow up during that time. Just the nostalgia factor is off the charts because you start hearing those musics, the different tones, the music, the sound effects, and it was just the simplicity of it and the amount of games were just unreal.
Yeah.
And having it and playing it and still playing it today and still enjoying it, yeah, it's top three is the Nintendo.
I have a feeling there's going to be quite a bit of Nintendo on this list. What do you think?
No, that was it. That was it for me.
Oh
well, no, I can't. I probably got to go. No,
so
go ahead.
My number two, I think our number ones are probably going to be exactly the same. I really think they are. But my number two is going to be the Nintendo 64. The Nintendo 64, of course, came out right before the GameCube. First 3D game. It was the game that made me, or the console that made me hardcore gamer. You know, you're talking Mario Kart 64. You're talking about Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Mario 64, Wave Race 64, Smash. The very first Smash Brothers was on there. I mean, I could go on and on and on. Of course, even the non-Nintendo games, GoldenEye, Perfect Dark. I mean, we could be here all day talking about the games for it.
Yes.
Fantastic console. I could not even tell you the amount of hours that I've played on that thing, and I wish I could play more. But unfortunately, the games are ridiculously expensive now.
Well, true. But yeah, I think I can agree with that. There were so many really good games. You named, I think, just about all of them. And I can remember even going, staying at a friend's house, we'd go up to Blockbuster or a video gallery somewhere and renting games.
What's Blockbuster?
What's a Blockbuster? You go and renting the games and playing them. It's oh man, we haven't played that one yet. It's a 2-player. Yes, it's a 2-player. We can play it.
Do you remember that you could actually rent the whole console? I remember that. I did not. I rented it I rented a 64 one time, and I was like, "Yep, I gotta buy it. There's no point in me renting it again." But it came in like a blue box, so that way you couldn't like get into it or anything. It only had openings to where you could just plug in stuff. But yeah, you used to be able to rent the whole freaking console. And I also remember the Pokemon Snap like kiosks where you could use to print stuff at. You could print your photos from Pokemon Snap. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay, I actually remember those. Thinking about back now, yeah. It's just jogging my memory on some of this stuff. I think for me that I'm gonna put the N64 probably is my number two also. Just like I said, I can't follow up. A lot of your nostalgia on that. You're going back, but just like I said, the amount of games, just everything, and all the iconic Star Fox, GoldenEye, Super Smash Brothers,
yeah,
Mario
I forgot
Kart.
about Star Fox.
Like they were so great, and they said the graphics were always really good. Everything was really good about it, and they were all like the games you still remember playing it. You're just like, you want to play? If somebody come to you and say, hey, you want to play some like Mario Kart? Yes. Are you want to play Smash Brothers? Yes. You didn't have to debate it. You didn't have to think about no. Yes, we're playing it. It
popularized 4-player gaming.
Yes, you're right. Yeah.
I mean, if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't have a joystick. It brought in the joystick, and it also brought in where you could play 4 players, couch co-op. That was the ultimate couch co-op machine.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, and Mario Party. We weren't even thinking about Mario Party. I forgot all about it.
Yeah, you're right. I kind of forgot
Donkey
about
Kong 64.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good one too. I remember Mario Party. My hand was just raw from playing Mario Party. There was that one mini game where you had to spin the joystick real fast. I think they even released like gloves that you could go to Nintendo's website and order these gloves just so it wouldn't damage your skin.
Do you remember wearing out the joystick and you?
Oh yeah.
So mad. You're just like, this. It's unusable. You just couldn't.
You could not hold the joystick to the left. You had to have it perfectly center as the console was turning on.
Yes. Yep.
Good memories.
Man.
All right. Well, I'm going to try my best not to talk too much about the number one, because I really think our number ones are going to be the same also. And I stole a lot of your thunder with the number two.
Okay.
My number one is the Xbox 360.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I could not tell you the amount of hours that I've played on that thing. Of course, all the Halo games, all the Gears games, Call of Duty back when they were good. I mean, Forza Motorsport and Forza Horizon started there. I could go on and on and on about the amount of hours that I've played on that thing. Xbox Live. It made Xbox Live amazing.
Yes. My number one also, same category, the Halos, Call of Duties, Gears of War, Left 4 Dead, Halo Wars from Oblivion. You just in the Xbox Live with
GTA 4
being actually playing Xbox Live, that loading up those, especially playing Halo 2, loading and seeing that bar fill up was so exciting because it was real competition. It was not just playing with your friends. It was just like, I mean, playing with your friends was fine, but it was just that competition, somebody you don't know on the other end, and it was just, oh man, and no longer having to do the LAN parties, getting 4 Xboxes. Everybody just has their own internet, hook them up, and we can go. And there's so many memories. I met a lot of friends on that. Yeah, I could go on for a while too, but man, that was so good. Such good times.
Cody wants to know how many 360s did we go through. We actually have very different answers to that. I went through 4. I'm on my 5th one. Max only had 1.
1. So
it's a funny story about mine. I remember the very first one that I bought. I bought the launch 360. It lasted a good year or two. I mean, it actually did a good job. It messed up. Sent it to Microsoft. They sent me another one. Second one didn't make it 2 months, and then I said, "Screw it! I'm just gonna go buy one." And I went and bought a new one. It messed up. Sent it back to Microsoft. They sent me another one. It messed up, and then by then the new slim models came out, and then my 5th Xbox is my current Xbox, which I know I had to go off screen for a second, but it's right here. I disconnected it for the time being, but yeah, this is my 5th Xbox 360.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a little crazy. Cody said he had 6 of them. Good Lord. I was almost there.
I remember his going out a lot, and he always having trouble. I think that's why he started like soaking all his time into World of Warcraft. It's just the Xbox kept going out.
Yeah, I thankfully, I think it was like the 3rd or 4th one. I don't remember which one, but finally I just gave up and bought a PlayStation 3. And I was like, man, I'm so far behind in PlayStation games, so let me just hop on PlayStation for a little while. And yeah, I only played like 5 or 6 games, and I was ready to come back to the 360.
Right.
I was like, dang it, I'm just gonna spend the money, buy another one.
Oh man.
Do you remember the old blades, the old dashboard with the blades? They called it blades.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's the original one where you had to it did the swiping left.
Oh
and
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
That dashboard was called blades. That was my favorite one. Okay. Yeah,
that was cool. Yeah,
that was my favorite one. It was very simple. You knew exactly where to go. It was fast. You know, I wish they would have stuck to that one. And then they came out with the second one, which is the one I know you had to scroll up and down, but I don't know what it was called. And then of course they have the current one, the third one, which is the more Windows-y looking one.
Yeah. Yeah, and now you're saying, yeah, I can remember a lot of that now. And now, if we tried to go back to that, and like I said, if we could like boot up the old like Xbox, or it was like, this is so, I don't know what to do. How do you navigate this thing?
I just remember the guide button, the center button that did everything. That's the only thing I cared about. I mean, it literally did everything. So, but anyways, it looks like we're just about wrapped up for today. Any final thoughts? Anything else you want to mention?
EA I hate EA.
I'm not a big fan of them myself. I just all I did was depress you tonight, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'll see. If you watch the video back, you don't see me frowning the whole time because I wasn't in a good mood. Then you start bringing up all these games that are no longer with us, and I'm like, man, sad.
No, not games, companies
or companies. Well, companies in theory, games.
Yeah,
so, I mean,
yeah. But what sucks is each one of those companies made several games.
Right. Yeah. No, I think that's about it. I mean, we got a bunch of videos out now on YouTube. Um, I'm just getting into my retro play. Going back and playing Kirby. I'm trying to think. I don't think there's anything else major going on. If I can get YouTube to work, and I'm gonna have Kirby up tomorrow. But
Yeah,
apparently
I
it
was
didn't
about
like
to ask.
it
That's tomorrow, right?
tomorrow. Well, I just tried to upload it, and it said that the video is too big.
What?
So I don't know. I don't know what that's about, but we're going to find out because I'm going to re-upload it.
We're going to have to figure that one out. I know I will have Battletoads up in give or take 45 minutes of me playing the first mission. And then you're going to have hopefully Kirby up tomorrow. If not, I'm going to throw up another episode of Wreckfest. I know the YouTube side is slowly growing. We just need all the help we can get. If y'all don't mind going over there, liking the videos, commenting on the videos, throwing us suggestions, things that we can work on. It doesn't matter. If you put a comment in the fields, we're going to try to our best to respond. And the most important thing is sharing the videos so they can get out there. We're trying our best. We're doing everything we can. And most importantly, we're just trying to have fun, playing games that we like. I mean, we're not too stressing over it. We're just trying to get out content, work on us, work on the show, work on everything about it, and then the rest will come. I'm sure everything will fall into place. But that's where our main hub is going to be, is YouTube. We're using Facebook and Twitch as just supplemental bonuses. So, but yeah, other than that, I hope everyone has a great week, great weekend. We greatly appreciate it. If you don't mind, make sure you follow us on Facebook, follow us on Twitch. We are on Twitter if you would like to go there. Whatever one that you're on. The only thing that we're not on yet is Instagram. That will come with time. We're not worried about it right now, though. I don't even know how to use Instagram, so I apologize for that.
Take pictures. It's lots of pictures. I think it's only pictures.
Yeah, I thought that was Snapchat. That's where I'm getting confused.
I don't.
So
I think Snapchat pictures that go away. I think Instagram stays. I don't really know.
Oh, see, it tells you how. See, that's the whole premise of the show, is we're just too old. We don't keep up with stuff.
we're lucky. We're lucky that we can hit a power button.
I hit it on my controller.
Right.
Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you ever miss one, we will definitely get it uploaded to YouTube's. Other than that, as always, I'm Raz.
And I'm Max.
And we are the Game Timers. Bye, guys.
See you.